It's funny. Sometimes the most common everyday words are the ones with the most surprising stories. Today, we're going to take just one of those words, the word fight, and use it to unlock a really fascinating idea about language itself. Let's get into it. So let's start with this question. In a language that has, hundreds of thousands of words, what actually makes a single word essential? Just kind of keep that question in the back of your mind as we go through this. All right, so the word we're putting under the microscope today is fight. Now, you probably think you know exactly what it means, right? But its real power, its secret sauce, is in just how flexible it is. It's about so much more than just throwing punches. Okay, first up, we've got the meaning that probably jumps into your head right away. This is the physical version, an action where people are literally trying to hurt each other. It's direct, it's aggressive, and it's what we usually think of first. And this quote is a perfect example of that. It's a conflict over a thing, a toy, that leads to actual physical hurt. Yep, a classic playground fight. But, like I said, that is not the whole story. So, now let's look at this second definition. Notice what's missing here? Yeah, any mention of hitting or physical harm. This is a fight of wills, not of fists. It's all about a clash of what people want, where they're struggling against each other with words, with arguments. This example really makes that difference crystal clear. The conflict is just as intense, just as real, but the way it's happening is completely different. So one single word, fight, can describe both a scuffle on the playground and a heated argument. That's some serious range. So we've seen fight as an action, right, as a verb. But get this, its flexibility doesn't even stop there. The word can actually switch jobs completely. It can go from describing what you're doing to naming the thing that happened. And this lays it out perfectly. As a verb, it's the process, the act of struggling for something. But as a noun, it's the event itself. There was a fight. It's really the difference between the doing and the thing that was done. And as a noun, wow, the range of events it can describe is just huge. It can be something really dangerous and serious, like a bar fight. It can be something super controlled and professional, like a boxing match. But then it can also be something totally fun and harmless, like a snowball fight or even a pillow fight. That one word just covers it all. Okay, so fight is a common word. It's a flexible word. We get it. But why have we spent all this time digging into it? Well, there's a much, much bigger reason this one word is so important. Its real importance goes way beyond simple grammar. Fight, you see, belongs to a very exclusive club. And here it is, the big reveal. The reason fight is so special is that it is on the Basic English 850 list. This is a list of the absolute most essential words in the entire English language. Just let that number sink in for a second. 850. Out of hundreds of thousands of words to choose from, only 850 were considered essential enough. And our word, fight, it made the cut. Which, of course, leads to the next big question. And I'm sure it's what you're thinking right now. What on earth is this list, and why was it even made? And this is where our deep dive into one single word suddenly opens up into this much larger and, honestly, really cool idea, the concept of basic English. So basic English isn't just some vocabulary list. It's a whole system, a complete, simplified version of the language. The whole goal was to create a kind of English that would be incredibly easy for anyone, anywhere in the world to learn. They stripped it down to the absolute essentials to make talking to each other across the globe way, way easier. So how can you possibly say everything you need to with just 850 words? Well, the whole system is designed around these simple building blocks. You've got your essential actions, common things, words for qualities, and then words to connect all those ideas. And a word like fight is the perfect example of why this works. Because it's so versatile, because it can mean a war or an argument, it saves you from needing a dozen other more specific words. It's like maximum meaning in one tiny package. So what's the big takeaway from all this? We've gone from one little word to a whole system of language. Why does this idea of a core vocabulary even matter today? Well, the power of an idea like this is immense. For one, it makes learning a global language like English way less intimidating. It can help avoid huge misunderstandings in business or politics. And maybe the most interesting part is that it forces you to be incredibly clear, to really focus on the absolute core of what you're trying to say. It basically proves that you can build incredibly complex and beautiful ideas from the simplest possible parts. And that leaves us with one final thought to chew on. If you were handed that list of 850 words, and that's all you had, what would you say? What ideas are so important, so essential, that they would have to make the cut? Really makes you think, doesn't it?